Crypto.com Crocoin holders. Crypto.com is planning on filing for a Chronos spot ETF and issue a stablecoin in 2025. We got to be talking about this. So without further ado, welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Anything I say is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's hop into this video. All right, guys, so I want to start off here. I reposted something that 21 million posted on Twitter. I said, a Chronos ETF will change Crypto.com and the price action of Crocoin forever. And he posted this right here. Just in, Crypto.com exchange plans to file for Chronos Crow spot ETF and issue its own stablecoin in 2025. You were not bullish enough, Crow fam. And I do agree with this. I think that when you incorporate a spot ETF for your coin, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Ethereum, Solana, Crocoin, it impacts the price action of Crocoin indefinitely, significantly, because you're basically pulling supply off of the exchange, off of these exchanges, and on top of that, you have a lot of paper trading. So it creates somewhat of a more stable asset when you start to get more of a mature landscape with more ETFs. It starts to create more of a stable asset. It kind of mutes the volatility a little bit. But also, it creates a continuous move to the upside because a lot of these ETFs are in basket ETFs. There's not just Crocoin. It will be, say, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Crow, or Bitcoin and Crow, or the S&P 500 and Crow, right? That's the dream, to see something like that play out, which I must say, we are getting closer and closer to seeing something like that play out ever since Trump's media group, Truth Social, partnered with Crypto.com, and they are buying $6.48 billion worth of Crocoin. We're starting to see this play out here. And I think that into the end of 2025, into Q4, you're going to see a lot of these developments truly come to light, you know, with these Chronos ETFs, with these Crocoin treasuries, with the Fed pivoting to quantitative easing, with the Fed giving those rate cuts, creating an altcoin season because it's the fourth and final phase of this bull market cycle. It's a very exciting time, and I do think that Crocoin is positioned to make some big moves. So if you look at Crocoin right now, we are trading at about 25 cents, 26, 27 cents here. We wicked all the way up to 40 cents on that Trump Crypto.com news, and we broke back down. We're finding a little bit of a stable ground around that 25 to 26 cent price level. Guys, September is always bearish, and I think that not only for the stock market, but also for altcoins, specifically for Bitcoin. But moving into Q4 is almost always bullish, guys, especially in bull market years. And we are in a bull market year. And I think that we should be paying close attention to this because I do think that right now things are chopping sideways, but a big move is coming. And I still am in my Crocoin long position. I went long around 15.5 cents around here. When we retest this, I was saying, hey, guys, I'm looking to long, and I'm happy I did because we are big green profits, baby. And I think that, well, right now I have taken the majority of my profit out, but I still have the trade open. And I'm just going to really let this ride. And if we come and stop out around 212, I'll get stopped out. Still in profit, obviously. I already took the profit out. But if we don't come down that low, then and we start to finally see our curvature to the upside, I'm just going to start taking profit along the way up to the upside, guys, and just try to create somewhat of a moon bag in this leveraged long position. If you guys do want to trade, feel free to check out in the pinned comment section or description box below with a $100,000 deposit bonus to BitNext, as well as $10 for free when you sign up. Now, on Blowfin, we have a 10% trade rebate and a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Take advantage of all these awesome sign-on bonuses, guys. These exchanges know there's a lot of competition out there, so they try to make really lucrative deals to get you to sign up using them. Take advantage of it while it's hot, guys. Like I really do think that, and also really helps support this channel a lot. So feel free to check it out. But guys, I think that right now, like, it's a good opportunity to be looking for good entry levels on Crocoin and other alts. Crocoin's sitting at rank 19 right now. We came all the way up to rank 13 when we were around 40 cents. Rank 13, guys. It's pretty crazy. I remember when Chronos was in the top 10, and I think there will be a day where we see that play out again, maybe even in 2025. But we're down about 15% in the past 7 days, up about 0.5% in the past 24 hours. Nothing much is really happening. Weekend price action, guys. But, you know, I do think that these next 2 weeks here are going to be very exciting. September 17th is when we see Jerome Powell come out and hopefully cut those rates. We need to see that play out. It's going to create a much more favorable environment for risk on assets, i.e. Crow coin, baby. Crow coin. We've been flirting with $9 billion on the market cap. We've broken over $10 billion. It's just awesome to think, these Crow coin treasuries have not fully accumulated the $6.48 billion yet. And a lot of this price action has to do with basically retail buying, which is pretty fantastic to see. And I think that it's just getting started here. You look at the overall market, Bitcoin's at 110,000. Bitcoin dominance still pegged 57 and basically 60% when you're excluding stable coins. And I don't think that changes until we move into Q4. And Q4 is only a few weeks away, guys. I think that October, November is going to be very exciting times. I think it's going to be very frothy. I think it's going to be very volatile. And I think that there's going to be a lot of gains to be made. And if you look at Bitcoin like this, guys, we're on the support. If I was trading Bitcoin right now, I'm just dollar cost averaging on Bitcoin. But if I was trading Bitcoin right now, not financial advice, but I would say that right now is probably a good potential long opportunity. And you put your stop loss down to really down 2.8% around the $107,000 price level. And otherwise, you bounce off this level, you're probably looking for at least a 5% gain. The risk reward looks pretty good there, in my opinion. But I'm long Crow coin. I'm high leverage scalping other alts. And I just DCA into Bitcoin because I just want to accumulate Bitcoin that way, guys. I've been trading crypto for nearly a decade, and that's what works out best for me when it comes to Bitcoin specifically. I just want to accumulate because really you don't know if the super cycle will happen. You don't know if some crazy announcement comes out where the government says, hey, we're going to try to buy every single Bitcoin there is. And then all of a sudden it creates an arms race. And now we're talking that Bitcoin's at $10 million, right? So you have to weigh in that risk. And that's why I'm always dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. And mainly I trade altcoins. Like I always say, I'm a Bitcoin investor and an altcoin trader. And guys, I think that there are good opportunities for all of that right now. I'm like I said, I'm in my Crow coin long position from about 15 cents. I'm significantly in the profit. And Bitcoin, I'm just dollar cost averaging into. But guys, let me know in the comments below. Are you bullish on this Chronos ETF? Do you think it will actually happen in 2025? I think that these ETFs are important. I think they are, but usually you don't see a snap of a finger when they get launched and they immediately go to the moon. It just creates an environment where that becomes easier because all of this constant slow accumulation through these passive investing. If it's an ETF, it's probably going to be incorporated into 401ks, retirement funds. And it really opens up a world of a lot of old money to flow in. And guys, it's a lot of money. And I think that ETFs are a great way at basically green lighting an asset and saying, hey, this is a trusted asset and it's here and it's proven the test of time and it's going to stay here. So it's very exciting things. I'm really eager to see what happens with Crowcoin in Q4 and really for the remainder of 2025. I think it's going to be very exciting. But that's all I got. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel now. Guys, check out the affiliate links down below. It really helps support this channel. If you don't know how to trade, there's demo accounts so you don't have to lose money. You can use fake money to trade around using leverage. But I think that, honestly, that as an investor, having as many tools in your toolkit is the best way to be a successful trader and investor, and leverage is one of them. It's very risky, but if you know when to use it, it's very, very lucrative. That's all I got, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.